Most new mortgage brokers expect to earn money quickly. They're going to pass their CMAP, they're going to get authorized, they're going to start advising. But that is not how it usually works in practice. How long it takes to earn money as a mortgage broker massively depends less on the effort and more on how the early phase is structured. And that's where the expectation often breaks down. So in this video, we're going to be looking at when most new mortgage brokers actually start earning, why income takes longer than expected to appear, and what shortens that timeline realistically. So how long does it actually take to earn money? Well, for most new mortgage brokers, income is delayed, not because they aren't working, but because the process has very, very, very long runway. You see, between onboarding, supervision, case progression, and lender timescales, money arrives months after the work actually begins. It's common for the first few months to generate activity, but no income at all. Early cases take the longest as well to complete, and payments can lag way far behind for the effort. This delay catches so many people off guard when they come into the industry, you see. So why does the income take longer, though, than expected? Now, mortgage brokering isn't paid on effort, it's paid on completion. So that means you can be busy without getting paid for a long time. Progress can feel invisible for weeks, and confidence can drop before the results actually arrive. New mortgage brokers often underestimate how long the full journey actually takes. From first inquiry to completion, months is normal. That's not slow. It can take up to 6 months in some cases. So then what actually determines how fast you earn? Well, the timeline isn't random, okay? It's influenced by structure. New mortgage brokers who earn sooner usually work under clear supervision. They focus on fewer cases, but they handle them properly. They follow consistent processes, and they avoid rushing client-facing work too early. You see, those who chase volume early on often slow themselves down. Errors will cost you time, and time delays income. That is really, really straightforward. So why are early earnings often very inconsistent? See, even once the income starts, it's rarely going to arrive smoothly. Early months are lumpy. That's the best way to describe them. One completion feels like progress, a quiet month feels like failure. And that volatility is completely normal. Until you have systems solidly in place, your income is going to be reflected and influenced by timings, not by ability. And this is where many new mortgage brokers panic really unnecessarily. So what should they expect instead? Well, early on, the job pays in experience. Income follows much later on. The brokers who accept that learning comes before earning, that consistency beats speed, and patience protects confidence, they're the ones who are going to win. Once your judgment catches up with knowledge, income is going to stabilize over time. And that's when the role really starts to feel sustainable, and not just sustainable, actually incredibly lucrative once it starts to compound. See, if it takes a long time to earn as a mortgage broker, it's not a reflection of your intelligence. It's not a sign that you're failing. It's not proof that you chose the wrong career. And it's definitely not a reason to rush the process, okay? The lesson here is that mortgage brokering doesn't pay quickly, but it pays eventually. And new mortgage brokers who succeed, they don't measure progress by their first few months of income. They measure it by how well they're actually building those foundations. Once those foundations are in place, the earnings will follow, and they last, and they will be substantial if you build those systems in place at the beginning. But if the market is oversaturated, then there's not enough money to go around anyway, and that's a massive concern and a valid concern that many mortgage brokers have. And I break that down in this video on screen. Give it a click.